for today's discussion, so we are going to discuss our week 12 that is all about managing production and service operation. Okay, so now we're going to discuss, no? Okay, all about processes and technologies. Okay, and first, let us first define what is process. Ano nga ba ibig sabihin ng process sa isang operations? Okay, so pag sinabi nating process, process means that that is any part of an organization that takes inputs and transform them into output. So ibig sabihin na when we say process, okay, that we have these raw materials. Okay, and when these raw materials they are processed, they will produce a result or an output. And in business, there are actually two, no? There are two lines in business. Ano ba yon? So it could be that your business is you produce products, yan, nagpo-produce ka ng products, or okay, nagre-render ka or nagbibigay ka ng service. Okay, but before that, okay, so paano ba muna natin no ginagawa yung yung isang process? It always starts with yung tinatawag nating process flow charting. So ano ba tong process flow charting? So process flow charting is the use of a diagram to present the major elements of a process. And the basic elements can include tasks or operations, flows of materials or customers, decision points, and storage areas or queues. So it is an ideal methodology by which to begin analyzing a process. So in short, no, katulad din ito ng ginagawa ninyong project. Okay, yung project ninyo. 'Di ba nung gumawa kayo ng project, okay, siguro some of you gumawa rin kayo ng flowchart. Paano ba, no? Paano ba gagana yung system ninyo from input until output? Okay, and these are the following symbols that were used in flowcharting. Okay, so the rectangle, okay, that represents task or operations. Okay, so example of a task or operation is giving an admission ticket to a customer or installing an engine in a car. Another symbol used in a flow chart is the decision points. Okay, and it is represented by a diamond shape. So example is how much change should be offered to a customer, which tool should be used. And another symbol is an inverted triangle that represents storage areas or queues. Examples are sheds, lines of people waiting for a service, and we also use arrows to show or to show the flow of materials or customer or what would be the next step. Okay, and an example is customers moving to a seat, mechanic getting a tool, etc. Okay, so let's have an example. Okay, so let's have an example. So we have here a flow chart. Okay, so flow chart of a student going to school. Okay, so first, okay, it will start with a decision. Di ba pag pumapasok kayo sa eskwelahan, it starts with a decision of, okay, am I going to school today? Okay, go to school today, yes or no. Kaya dahil gumamit tayo ng diamond because there is a decision. Okay, if no, just stay at home, goof off. Okay, if yes, okay, what will be your task or what will be your operation? Okay, so your operation is to drive to school or to ride a bus, a jeepney, or any mode of transportation going to school. Okay, after that you have after you arrive, okay, to your respective school, okay, so what's next? What happens next is you have to walk, okay, papunta doon sa classroom. Okay, so this is an example of a flow chart of going to school. Another example is a flow chart for inspection process. Okay, so materials received from a supplier. Okay, so pag makikita natin, it's an inverted triangle. And what does an inverted triangle mean? Okay, so ang ibig sabihin niyan, that is a queue or a storage. So sabi niya rito, you have received a material from a supplier. So pag na-receive mo na yung material sa supplier, what would be the next step? Okay, so the next operation is to inspect the materials for defects. While inspecting the materials for defects, okay, so syempre you'll see siguro defects. Okay, kung may defect, anong gagawin mo? May nakita ka bang defect? Yes. If yes, return to supplier for credit. Okay, if no, continue the process. Okay, so these are just some examples of a flow chart for inspection process. Okay, so maybe since you have created your projects, could you share to me, okay, could you share to me the flow of your project? Paano ba gumagana yung project na ginawa ninyo? Okay, siguro let's start with Simon. Simon, can you hear me?
Opo.
Okay, so
Paano pong
yung flow ng project mo from input until mag-ano siya, gumana. So yung from the user until doon sa output ninyo. So basically ano muna yung project natin?
yung thesis po? Ano
Yes,
po?
yes.
Yung thesis po kasi namin about po sa yung overflow ng mga river. So, sensor po siya na mag-send ng
Alert.
SMS dun sa mga nakaregister dun sa device.
Okay.
So,
Okay.
yung input po,
Okay, so
ayun
let's
po,
start with
yung
the input.
input, manggagaling po siya dun sa mga sensors na nakabit na magde-detect nung level ng water ng river. May iba't ibang level po.
Okay, and then followed by if I'm not mistaken, it would follow by a decision. Am I correct? Kasi you have you are
Yes.
getting input from the sensor. Okay, and then the sensor
Yes.
now will siguro transmit the signal to your microprocessor, and then dito na papasok yung decision siguro in your program.
Apo. So yung
Okay,
ano po,
sige.
kunwari po yung water level nung river, na-reach po yung unang sensor. Syempre po, papasok po sa sensor, magsesend ng data dun sa microprocessor, tapos i-check sa code kung na-reach na ba yung isang sensor. Magsesend po siya ng message based dun sa level na naka-respond dun sa sensor. Tapos kung
Okay.
ano naman po, na-reach naman po yung second level, mag-ano din po siya, magse-send po. Kung hindi naman po, wala pong na-reach dun sa mga sensor, wala pong notification na ma-receive yung mga user.
Okay.
Hanggang sa fourth level po. Tapos, warning, highest level na warning na po yun. Ibig sabihin po, flooded na, magpa-flood na po yung may chance po na mag-overflow na yung river water.
Okay, so it's actually a warning device, di ba? Tama?
Yes.
Okay, so very good, no? So kung titignan natin yung flow nung flow chart, if you're going to look at the project of Simon, okay? Makikita natin that we have what is the operation? You place it in a rectangle. Ano ba yung operation niya? Operation is okay, detect, 'di ba? Or detect siguro the
Water.
water level, the river water level. Okay? And then magkakaroon niya ng decision. So i-check niya, okay? Yung ibabatong signal from the coming from the sensor papunta sa microcontroller or microprocessor natin, and then nag-program sila, siguro there is a certain condition, okay, pag ganito yung water level, ito ang gagawin, so another operation. Kung ganito naman ang level, nag-exceed na, medyo mas mataas, magbibigay na ng notification, at kung naabot na yung extreme level, okay, so magbibigay na ng siguro a message siguro to evacuate, parang ganyan. Okay, so kung nakikita natin, so there is a step, okay? Merong sinusunod, so therefore we can create a flow chart in that project. Okay? So thank you very much, Simon. Okay, so let's continue. Okay, so let's continue. Next is we have the process. Okay, so processes. So in a process, okay, so these are just some example of processes. Number one is we have conversion. Okay, so from raw material and to create another material, for example, iron to steel. Okay, another is in a process it could be also a fabrication. So from cloth to clothes. Next is we have assembly, okay, parts to components. Okay, siguro in your case, no, magandang example to. So maybe you have created your prototype. That is a good example of ano no, assembly that you gathered, 'di ba? Nag-gather kayo ng mga electronic components and then bumuo kayo ng isang product which is a device. Ayan,
Mga
and then
module po.
yes. Okay, and then the next one is testing. Ayan. So testing is also a process. Okay, siguro in your project maybe there are a lot of tests no na ginamit kayo. It could be a white box testing, a gray box, black box testing, acceptance testing, okay, and so on and so forth. So these are just some examples of processes. Okay? And how do we select process selection? So bago tayo pumunta dun sa process selection, okay, maybe one of you could share also no your process. Anong klase ba yung process na ginawa ninyo? Is it a conversion, fabrication or assembly? Okay, sige. Limuel. Hello Limuel, good afternoon.
Good afternoon, sir. Sir,
Could you
nag-ano po
share?
kami sa we went with the assembly. So we created an crap, what was it called? A cloud-based security system. We, it's a fog type po siya kung saan let's say we have multiple classrooms. We want to control the classrooms with let's say we want to control the access inside the classrooms with our phones or from the security guard, all via internet po.
Okay.
So we just bought microcontrollers, PLCs, some sensors, and some other stuff, and then just made them work all together. So I would assume that would be assembly.
An assembly. Okay, very good. That's a very good example of an assembly. Okay, so I guess it's is it an IoT since you're using a network, Internet of
Yes, I
Things,
completely forgot. Yes.
IoT. Maybe you're using down the Raspberry Pi,
No. We used the ESP. No, I forgot the number, but it was an ESP of some sort.
ESP. If I'm not mistaken, is that a camera which there
Opo.
is already an embedded microcontroller on it?
Yes, and we used four of them. Our initial proposal was that it also had face detection, but then that was too much, so we just went for manual detection. But then we still utilized the camera somehow.
Okay. So yes. That's a good point. No, later on we're going to discuss that. That really no that really what do you call this one no there is an effect no when there is an additional let's say additional feature that in a business it would really cause what we call change, okay, in the operation. Later we're going to discuss. No, that's a good example. Okay, thank you, Limel. Okay, so next is we have process selection. So for process selection, that is the deciding on the way production of goods or services will be organized. Process selection can involve substantial investment in equipment and layout facilities. Okay, so there. So again, when we were talking about process selection, it is all about decision. Okay, on decision on how are you going to uh, the way I'm sorry of your production of goods or services will be organized. Okay, and again, you have to invest with your equipment layout of facilities. Okay, here in engineering management, later on you will be future leaders. Okay, siguro you'll be occupying a managerial position and you will be competing kasi in business. Okay, so it's really a competition. You will be competing with other organizations. And to be on top, okay, later on we're going to discuss technology. Okay, technology, how technology, okay, is used, no, to compete with other organizations. Ayan. Okay, same with layout of facilities. Okay, and in the process selection, there are major implications. Okay, so we have capacity planning, okay, layout of facilities, we have equipment and design of work system. Okay, and for process selection and system design, okay, that includes forecasting, product and service design, technological change. We have also facilities and equipment, layout and work design. Okay, so let's discuss this. Okay, so a while ago, di ba? A while ago, we have discussed, di ba, the transformation. So sabi natin kanina, no, that transformation is actually the conversion of inputs into outputs. And in transforming goods, okay, so paano ba nagkakaroon yung transformation? So for the transformation, let me give you an example katulad ng sinabi niyo kanina about assembly. Let's say you have different electronic parts, siguro like glass, metal, plastic, or siguro kahit anong electronic parts, and then you come up with your device. Okay, so that is an example of transforming goods. Okay, and ano 'to, pagdating sabi ko nga kanina, pagdating sa business, iba kasi ang service, iba ang goods. 'Pag goods kasi we have products, okay? Products 'yon. Pagdating kasi sa services, okay, these are intangible, the opposite of goods. And, in, what we call, service, we rely heavily on humans or staff. Yan yung pagkakaiba eh. Doon sa product, 'di ba? Magpo-produce ka ng product pero doon sa service, kailangan mo talaga ng mga taong magagaling, skilled workers to be able to render good services. Okay? And in the transformation process, yung transformation process. For example, burger. Okay? Magbigay tayo example, burger. Actually, pag nagkakaroon ka ng transformation, 'di ba? Ano ba ulit yung transformation? From input and then you're going to produce an output. Okay? Pagka ginawa mo yung transformation, actually you are adding value. Okay? The value increases. Katulad, for example, yung sinasabi ko kanina, burger. Kung burger patty lang yan, okay, pero kung burger patty, medyo mura yan. Pero kung ginawa mo talaga yung burger na nandoon lahat na meron kang buns, meron kang cheese, meron kang burger patty, okay, the more na dinadagdagan mo, okay, dinadagdagan mo yung product mo ng magagandang features o magagandang siguro ingredients, the more it will increase the value. Okay? So ganun yung transformation. The more na innovate mo yan at naging kapaki-pakinabang, the more it will have a value. Okay? Katulad ng nabanggit natin kanina, no, na kailangan mamaya di-discuss natin, no, how forecasting will influence naman yung ating uh, uh, decision in process selection. Okay, so there are a lot of factors that affect the process decision. Okay, so number one is the variety. Okay, number two is volume, and number three is flexibility. So paano nga ba naapektuhan, no, yung ating process decision pagdating sa variety? Ano ba yung sinasabing variety? Sa operation, okay, meron kasing mga ano no, meron tayong mga R&D. Ano ba yung mga R&D na to? Okay, so sila yung mga nasa research and development. So they are the ones who introduce products. Okay, new products sa organization. And Let's have an example. Siguro mga 23 years ago, for example, is let's say we have siguro anong business? So, sabihin na lang natin shampoo. Okay? Shampoo business. Okay? So in the shampoo business, dati ang ino-offer lang nila is shampoo, tapos nadagdagan ng bago, we have now the conditioner. Okay? So as years pass by, okay, naka-create sila ng mga bagong ano no, naka-create sila ng mga bagong produkto. Okay, in that area about shampoo and conditioner. Okay, so ngayon meron ng mga ano no, may mga bagong ano na to. Siguro shampoo, 'di ba? Merong mga shampoo for colored hairs, may shampoo for long hair, may shampoo for short hair, may shampoo for ano pa ba? Curly hair, mga ganyan. Okay? So ngayon, okay, yung process decision mo is now affected because you are now introducing new products. Okay? So you have kailangan mong medyo baguhin no, yung process decision mo because of introducing a new variety of product. Okay, next. Okay, how about volume? Yung dami. Okay, yung dami naman ng ano no ng in-order sa inyo. For example, okay, siguro sabihin natin ang business mo before is a restaurant. Dati ang customer mo lang is siguro for a day, nagre-range siguro ng 20 customers a day. Okay, dahil nagustuhan nila yung pagkain mo, they have invited their friends. Okay, tumaas na ngayon yung what we call dami no ng customers. Okay? So ngayon yung process decision mo will now be affected. In what way? Okay, in what way? Since that is a restaurant, malamang yung dami ng staff mo, kailangan kang magdagdag. 'Di ba? Or syempre you have to strategize. Okay, so let's say forecasting. Ilagay natin yung forecasting. You are now creating a strategy, okay, para matugunan mo no yung demand in the future. Okay, sabihin na lang natin for example, restaurant, yung binabanggit natin restaurant. Normally, since that is a restaurant, kailan maraming tao? Kailan maraming tao sa restaurant?
Lunch,
Very good.
dinner.
Okay, lunch at saka dinner. So malamang, okay, kung gano'n siya, 'di ba? Dahil iba naman ang dami ng tao sa umaga, yung medyo okay, so sabihin na lang natin alam natin na ang maraming tao sa ano no, sa tanghali, lunchtime. So ngayon you have to strategize. So magbabago yung process decision mo. Malamang pwedeng maglagay ka ng additional chairs or additional tables, or maglagay ka ng kumbaga parang Jollibee, magdagdag ka ng mga ano to, mga drive-through, okay, mga ganyan. Okay, because of volume. So later on mamaya pag-uusapan naman natin no yung process different process ano no techniques. Okay? Pagdating sa volume. Okay? So andyan yung tinatawag nating mamaya we're going to discuss the if you're familiar with job shop, ano pa ba? Batch, what else? Continuous, mass production. Yan, di-discuss natin yan later. Okay? But again, pagka nagkaroon tayo ng increase in volume, definitely our process decision is affected. Okay? Same with flexibility. Okay? So dapat flexible tayo no, let's say kunyari may mga yan katulad din ng ano nung may mga dagdag na features or dagdag na ingredients. For example, for flexibility, dati ang kunyari you're in a soda industry, Coca-Cola for example lang, okay, Coca-Cola. So dati ang ano mo is Coke, yung regular Coke. Ngayon, meron ng Coke Zero. Meron ng ano pa ba, Diet Coke. Definitely, iba ang Diet Coke, iba ang Coke Zero with uh, with your regular Coke. So, your process will be affected. Ayan. Okay? See you next. Okay, so from function to process, so in an organization, so some are assigned for functions and some are assigned for processing. Okay, so under function, we have your accounting, we have the purchasing, manufacturing, and sales. Okay, but in the process, okay, parang ano yan, no? Mga divisions in an organization. So some are assigned in product development, some are for order fulfillment, some are for supply chain management, and some are for customer service. Okay? And for again for process selection, ayan, so these are the three no that the three factors that affect again the process selection. So we have variety, flexibility, and volume. So ito, we have types of processes. We have projects just like the projects that you have done. Okay, meron din tayong tinatawag na job shop. Meron din tayong tinatawag na batch production, mass production, or what we call assembly. So don't be confused. You may use the terms interchangeably. Okay, and we also have the continuous production. Ayan. Okay, so let's discuss no the different what we call this one, different types of processes. Okay, so different types of processes. And these processes, again, is affected by yung tatlo. Ano lang tatlong nakaka-apekto sa process? We have variety. What else? Volume and flexibility. Okay, so let's start with job shop. Okay, so ano ba yung tinatawag na job shop? Okay, ito yung mga ano ito yung mga organizations or ito yung mga business enterprise or business organizations na tumatanggap ng mga customized or personalized products and services. Okay? So ito yung tawag natin dito ay mga job shop. Ano ba yung mga example ng job shop? Sabihin na lang natin mga talyer. Okay, mga talyer. 'Di ba? Minsan kapag nasiraan ka, so hahanap ka ngayon ng ano no ng isang talyer which is specialized in siguro yung gusto mong ipagawa or gusto mong magpapinta. Okay, magpalagay ng siguro ng what we call siguro mga design, 'di ba, sa sasakyan. So pupunta ka ngayon sa isang talyer. And a talyer is an example of job shop. Why? Okay, because they are going to do the task, okay, depending on your preference or choice. Yun yung tinatawag nating job shop. Could you give me an example of a job shop? Line of business? Okay, basta ano personalized, customized. Yan yung mga ginagawa nila. Okay, sige, I'll give another example. So sabihin na lang natin mga tailoring shop, 'di ba? Kunyari prom. Okay? Magpapagawa kayo ng barong or for girls magpapatahi sila ng sabihin na lang natin gown. So that tailoring shop is an example of a job shop. Why? Because yung sukat nila, yung gusto nilang kulay, gusto nilang tela, okay, yun yung masusunod. Okay? And in a job shop, ang mga employees sa job shop is highly skilled. Okay? Magagaling, okay? They are skilled. But, okay, pagdating sa volume, okay, kung sige, tingnan natin, kung variety, yes, kung sa job shop, there are a lot of varieties of product they can produce. But for volume, since pa isa-isa yung ginagawa nila or yung tinatrabaho nila, medyo low in volume 'yan. Ayan, okay? So sige, how about you guys? So could you give an example of a job shop?
Printing shop.
Printing
Ang
shop.
printing.
Yes, yes, yes. That's a good example. Okay, yes. Okay, a printing shop. 'Di ba? Syempre yung design ninyo, let's say, are you referring to yung mga nagpi-print ba ng tarpaulin, ng mga posters, ganun ba, Victor?
Yes po, sir.
Okay, so that is based on your design. Syempre, again, okay, the employees there are skillful because they have to follow no, then yung expectation mo they should be met, right? In a job shop dahil nga that is customized. Okay? So
Yes po.
maliwanag ba yung tinatawag nating job shop? Okay, yung tinatawag nating batch production. Okay, so for batch ito, okay, so that is moderate in volume. So they do it per batch. Okay, so it's parang ano rin siya, no? It's a assembly. Okay, parang assembly din siya, mass production, pero mas kokonti yung volume niya eh. Pero ang ginagawa niya lang dito ay parang isang per module. Okay, per module. Kung doon sa assembly, from raw materials until final product, doon yung ginagawa nila. Doon naman sa batch, paano, okay, per module naman. Hindi siya yung isang buo. Okay, so pero pagdating sa volume, mas marami siya over job shop. Ayan. Next is mass production. Okay, and continuous flow line. Ito na yung mga nagpo-produce ng mga products na maramihan. Okay, na maramihan. Parang binabanggit ko kanina. Kanina kung ang job shop for example ay kunyari in a tailoring shop, 'di ba? Ginagawa nila yung mga damit base sa body measurements mo. Okay, yung preferred mo na kulay, preferred mo na tela, preferred mo na design, okay? So gagawin nila yan for you. But for mass production or we also have the continuous flow line, ito na yung kung pag-uusapan natin ay damit, ito na yung mga gumagawa ng mga RTW, yung mga ready to wear na dress. 'Di ba? Yung mga RTW, 'di ba, gawa lang sila ng gawa ng ng product nila. And they have siguro gagawa na lang sila ng small, medium, large sizes. Okay? But in large volume. Unlike job shop, pa isa-isa. Ito naman maramihan. Okay, ito na yung mga ito na malamang ito na yung mga factories, okay, na nagpo-produce ng large volume of products. Okay, so meron na silang siguro napakalaking line of machine, mahabang line of machine. Okay, ilalagay mo yung raw material, dadaan na yan sa mga machine siguro kung advanced pa yan, may robotics na yan for transportation, for assembly, and then sa dulo meron na yung final product. Okay, so but when it comes to employees, okay, kung kanina sa job shop natin ay skillful, dito medyo skillful sila pero not as skillful as job shop. Okay, ito yung mga employees na marunong mag-operate ng machines. Ito yung mga kailangan mo. Okay, in a continuous flow line or in mass production or assembly. Okay? Ayan. Okay, so these are the different types of processing. Okay, so for the different types of processing, sabi natin kanina, we have job shop, we have batch, we have repetitive, and we have the continuous. Ano ang advantage daw ng job shop? Okay, it's able to handle a wide variety of work. So sabi natin, pagdating sa variety, maraming magagawa ang job shop. Okay? Maraming klase ng product. They can cater, no, a lot of variety. But for continuous, limited lang ang product. Bakit? Kasi standardized. Okay, in an assembly and continuous, standardized ang product. Ibig sabihin, they have to follow standards. Dapat kung ganito ang size ng product, lahat ng product mo ganito ang size. Kung ganito ang component, lahat ng product mo ganito ang component. Okay? There. And ano ang disadvantage ng job shop? Okay, ang disadvantage ng job shop is they are slow and high cost. Which is true, right? High cost. Kasi nga iisang copy lang ang gagawin para sa iyo lang, so mataas as compared with mass produced. Okay? So there. And then it needs a complex planning and scheduling. Okay, pagdating naman sa repetitive assembly or continuous, okay, medyo low unit cost, okay, ang advantage niya, and it is efficient. Okay, high volume and it is efficient. Okay, kasi gumagamit ka na dito ng ng mga machines, okay, to produce large volume of products. Okay, and it is very efficient and very high volume. Ayan. And ano ang disadvantage? Low flexible. Okay, and for continuous, it's very rigid, lack of variety, costly to change, very high cost. Anong ibig sabihin ng costly to change? Okay, ito yung ano yung kunyari gumagawa ka ng ano no, gumagawa ka ng siguro damit. Tapos ano ka ng bagong ano, siguro bagong design. So kailangan mong palitan no, i-calibrate or palitan yung mga machines mo. Okay, depending on the siguro ipapalit mong product. Okay, kasi ang mga ginagamit dito pagdating sa continuous at saka sa assembly, these are machines which are robust, yung malalaki, matitibay. Kasi tumatakbo to about around 24/7, mga ganyan. Okay? So for process choice, ayan. So again, pagdating sa job shop, sabi natin kanina, okay, labor skill very high. Okay, but for others like repetitive continuous, hindi gaano, no? Hindi gaano kailangan ng employees that are skillful. Okay, basta marunong lang sila mag-operate. Okay na din 'yon. No, I'm talking about in the production, ha? In the production. Okay? And pagdating sa equipment use, okay, in a job shop, ang ginagamit ditong mga equipment, it should be general purpose. Anong ibig sabihin ng general purpose machines or general purpose machineries? Okay? So ito yung mga pwede mong gamitin in different applications. Okay? Unlike repetitive tsaka continuous, okay, dapat yung machine na yon is designed. Okay? That is designed in that certain operation. Okay? So next. Okay? So let's talk about the design. Okay? So for ano no, so these are just some of the techniques no for improving service productivity. So we could have modules, you do it in modules. Okay, ito yung siguro nung some of you who are taking project design. Siguro isa na to sa mga requirement yung tinatawag nating automation. Tama ba? Okay, so pag sinabi nating automation, medyo walang walang human intervention, lahat automatic. Okay, so we also have the scheduling and in improving service productivity, we also need to have training. Okay, and for more opportunities to improve service processes, okay, that include method, the layout, human resource, and technology. Okay, so these are the things that is needed to improve our service processes. Kailangan maganda ang method. Okay, maganda ang layout. Okay, for example, floor layout, ganyan. Okay, para maganda safe yung mga employees. 'Di ba? Yung shop layouts, mga ganyan, human resource. Okay, yung mga rules, policies. Okay? And syempre, okay, we have the technology. 'Di ba? As future engineers. Okay, so ito yung inyong line, no? That is all about the technology. Before we start with technology, no, I want to hear from you, no? How technology affect a business organization? Paano nga ba nakakaapekto? O ano bang epekto ng technology in a business organization? Limwell.
Let's say as of right now, um, the internet has the, the internet itself is a technology in which we utilize as of this moment within this pandemic for our studies, for our work. I remember when I was in my OJT, um, the the employees were already utilizing online transactions within the company. So, they were kind of ready for the pandemic.
Okay. So very good, no? In short, no, the access for information, right? When you have a technology, just like what Limwell is saying, no, the use of internet. Just correct me if I'm wrong. Maybe that Limwell is maybe he's what they call as one, he's referring to, okay, he's referring to the internet, which is a way not so you can easily access information. Am I correctly, Mel?
Opo, sir.
Oo, 'di ba? Mas mapapadali yung transaction o online, no? Less cost, 'di ba? Kung kunyari magkakaroon lang kayo ng communication with your client, you can use the internet, or you could have a transaction, you can also use the internet. So medyo less cost 'yon on the part of the company. Okay? So a very good example, Limuel. Okay, may message tayo rito coming from Victor. Sabi niya rito, in technology, no, mas mapapadali po yung work. Definitely yes. 'Di ba? Mas mapapadali yung trabaho because unang-una, no, when let's say ano na lang, no, sabihin na lang natin, let's say in robotics, computer, 'di ba? They really ano, no, they really do their job with precision. 'Di ba? Less error as compared with human. Tanggapin natin na okay, they are designed to do that work. Hindi sila naboboring, hindi sila magrereklamo if they are doing repetitive activities. 'Di ba? Pagdating sa ano, no, when we're using this type of technologies. Okay? So very good, no? Very good example, no, Victor. Okay? Yan. So let's continue. Okay? So let's discuss this technology. Okay? So when we say technology, okay, technology, that is the application of scientific discoveries on the development and improvement of products and services and operation processes. Okay? And meron tayong tinatawag na technology innovation, that is the discovery and development of new or improved product, services, processes for producing or providing them. Okay? So again, in technology, okay, so that is actually a discovery, and it's all about discovery and development, okay, of products. Okay, and there are different kinds of technology. So we have products and services technology, we have process technology, and we have information technology. Okay, as future engineers, right? So you are actually concerned with product and service technology. Process actually itong tatlo na to, no? Process technology and information technology. So in product and service technology, you are the ones responsible in discovering and the development of new product and services. Okay, malamang, no, katulad ng ginagawa ninyo in your project design, nag-i-innovate kayo. Okay, you are actually innovating, and some of you are developing new products. Okay, pagdating naman sa process technology, you are now, yung iba sa inyo is now introducing new methods, new procedures, and equipments used to produce goods and provide services. Sa business kasi ganyan, sabi nga natin kanina, sa business is all about competition. And for you to be on top, 'di ba? Na kailangan maano mo yung kakompetensya mo, you should be on top of the dun sa kakompetensya mo. Okay, so anong gagawin mo? So you are now going to use the technology. Okay? Advanced technology. Yun nga lang, medyo ano, no, pagdating sa technology, kailangan mo talaga magkaroon ng mataas, no, high cost of investment. Ayan. Okay? Pero syempre, meron naman yang ano, no, return naman of investment. Okay? And for information technology, that is the science and use of computers and other electronic equipment, store, process, and send information. Okay? So ito yung mga ano, no, siguro sa line, no, as future engineers, yung sa inyo is ano to it's all about data. Ang hot na hot ngayon in ang trend ngayon when it comes to technology, katulad to nung project nila Simon, which is all about IoT. Yan yung trend natin ngayon, no, IoT, the Internet of Things, wherein you can now communicate with your devices via internet. Okay? And all of these three has a major impact on cost, productivity, and the last one is competitiveness. Okay? So for technological advancement, it can lead competitive advantages. We have product technology that could increase market share and profit. 'Di ba? If you are using a very good technology, you may increase your market share and definitely increase your profit. And when you are using technology, you may improve the quality. Okay? Lower the cost. Okay? You're going to produce higher productivity and expanded processing capabilities. Okay, so these are examples of competitive advantage. Okay, so we have now the cell phones, PDAs, and wireless computing. Katulad ng nabanggit kanina ni Limwell, okay, ni Limwell na you may now do the transaction online by the use of your cell phone. You can now, no, pwede ka rin magkaroon ng scheduling mo via your PDAs. Okay, you may now process, no, the data via wireless computing. So minsan ngayon ang distance, 'di ba? Yung distance hindi na yan nagiging barrier. Okay? When it comes to communication, hindi na siya nagiging barrier because we have an advanced technology. Okay, next is we have the processing technology. Okay, ito na yung mga machines na ginagamit natin. Could you name one machine na siguro nagkaroon ng advancement? Okay, sige, ako na muna magbibigay ng example. For example, typewriter in a computer. Okay, dati ang typewriter, okay, pag magta-type ka, pagka puno na yung coupon band, maglalagay ka ulit ng coupon band manually. Pero pagdating sa computer, dire-diretso, pag nag-print ka, you can print in volume. Okay? So ayan, so one example, no, of advancement in technology when it comes to sabihin na lang natin, printing documents. Okay, could you cite an example? Simon?
Sa housing po,
Okay, sige.
dati po, ang mga bahay gawa lang po sa wood or
Yes.
bricks. Siyempre po, may binding din. Pero ngayon naman po, ang ginawa na nila, in-improve nila gamit po yung technology, yung gamit po yung chemistry para magawa yung cement, hollow blocks, tsaka yung mga metal. Tapos pinag-combine po nila yon para maka-build ng robust na house.
Yes, very good, no? So ayan, so actually it's an innovation, 'di ba? Na naghahalo sila ng ibang material para mas ma-improve yung product nila, okay? Or mas maging maganda, okay, yung kanilang produkto. Okay, very good. Thank you. Okay, who else? Victor,
Yes, sir.
could you give an example na you can compare yung past technology with the new technology?
Yung sasakyan po ngayon, sir, di ba dati po manual lang, ngayon po may automatic na. Pasok po
Okay.
ba yun sa...
Yes, syempre. 'Di ba mas madali nang mag-drive with ease, 'di ba? Yung pagda-drive ngayon because of they have now yung transmission is already automatic. 'Di ba? So ganun din pagdating sa transportation. 'Di ba? Dati ang transportation is sabihin na lang natin maliliit yung sasakyan. Ngayon na ang lalaki na ng mga sasakyan. So ibig sabihin mas marami silang pwedeng i-transport. 'Di ba? Katulad na lang for example yung mga isda, 'di ba? Dati yung sasakyan walang freezer. Pero ngayon yung mga sasakyan meron ng mga freezer para pag dumating sila doon sa market, 'di ba? Still, 'di ba, fresh pa rin yung mga products. Okay? So yan. So those are just some examples. So thank you. Okay, so moving on. Okay, so for technology acquisition, syempre may risk din 'yan pagka nag-ano tayo, no, kumuha tayo ng let's say we adapted to technology or we acquired technology. Number one, ano 'yan, meron tayong mga tinatawag na technical issues, meron din tayong tinatawag na economic issues. Okay, so there would be a initial cost. Okay, kailangan ng space. Okay, cash flow, syempre maintenance, kailangan natin ng consultant. Syempre, you're introducing technology here, so you need skilled employees, integration of cost, time resources. You need also to conduct training, safety. Ito yung worst is job lost. 'Di ba? May mga nawawalang trabaho because uh, they are already what we call napapalitan na sila, no? Napapalitan na sila ng technology. Yung mga manual jobs, 'di ba? So katulad ng pagta-transfer, sorting, okay? Yung iba kumukuha na ng mga machines to do the sorting instead of let's say yung mga tao doing the manual job. Ayan. Okay, so advantage, it will increase precision. Okay, especially in the line of robotics. Ayan. Increase productivity, increase flexibility, decrease cost, labor, materials, inventory, transportation, and quality cost, improve product features and quality, decrease pollution, decrease size, and decrease power requirements. Ayan. Okay, and ano naman ang mga ito yung mga example no ng ano natin in process technology. So meron na tayong mga tinatawag ngayong automation. So once again, pag sinabing automation, okay, so walang human intervention. So walang hindi gaano nakikialam yung tao dito, no? Pagdating sa automation, ilagay mo lang yung raw materials, okay? So bahala na siyang i-process 'yan, okay? And the end, okay, meron ka ng output, meron ka ng product. Okay, so there, you could have programmable automation and we have here flexible automation. Okay, and these are automation questions, no? Some automation questions. What level of automation is appropriate? Meron kasi tayong katulad na nabanggit natin kanina. Okay, ano ba? It will be a fixed automation, programmable automation, or it is a flexible automation. Yung iba naman kasi they implement automation pero hindi naman yung buo. Okay, yung iba some part lang ng process ang automated, yung iba naman hindi na automated. Pero yung iba, okay, some companies fully automated na sila. Okay, so ayan. So how would automation affect system flexibility? How can automation project be justified? How should changes be managed? What are the risks of automating? And what are likely effects of automating on market share, cost, quality, customer satisfaction, labor relation, and ongoing operations? Okay, so yan yung automation. Okay, for manufacturing hardware technology, okay, so we have numerically controlled machines. Meron na tayo nito. We have computer numerical control, direct numerical control, and we have robotics for manufacturing. Ito ginagamit to no, ano no, ang mga common na ginagamitan nito yung mga high risk no na assembly lines, like siguro may mga companies, mga car manufacturing companies who are already fully automated. Ayan. Okay, so here we have the robotics. And for automated material handling, yan, gumagamit na ng mga conveyors. Ayan, so we have also automated guided vehicle and automated storage. Okay, halos lahat automated na eh. Malamang, no, siguro some of you during the defense, you are asked also to automate your project. Okay, ayan. So this is just an example of a flexible manufacturing system from raw materials until finished goods. Okay, and for software, ayan, napaka-importante. Okay, you may use CAD or CAM, computer-aided design and computer-aided manufacturing. 'Di ba bago magsimula yung 'di ba during the planning stage, minsan you are presenting no the product using this software technology. Yeah, 'di ba? Pinapakita ninyo 3D, 'di ba? Using computer aided design and computer aided manufacturing. Yeah, ngayon nga napaka-advanced na ng technology, may mga 3D printers na nga eh, 'di ba? Dati nakikita mo lang sa screen. Ngayon nakikita mo na yung prototype, 'di ba? Printed already. Ano na siya talaga? Product prototype. Okay, using 3D printers. Okay, so meron din for computer integrated manufacturing. Okay, so that's all for my discussion today.